That night, she secretly saved Emeka's number without telling Ngozi. This nonsense relationship must end, Ife said to herself, in anger. Before we dive into this amazing story, please don't forget to subscribe, share, and click on the notification button to notify on our next amazing story. Don't forget to drop your thoughts on the comments. Thank you. Once upon a time, in the big city of Lagos, Nigeria, there were two friends who lived like sisters, birthed by one mother. Ngozi and Ifunanya had been best friends for over 10 years. They met in secondary school and remained close even after moving to Lagos. Now they lived together in a small rented apartment. They shared food, they shared clothes, they shared secrets. Everyone believed their friendship would last forever. Every evening after work, they would sit outside their compound and talk about their dreams. I want a good husband, Ife would say. And I want peace and happiness, Ngozi would laugh. Neither of them knew that one man was about to change everything. One rainy evening, Ngozi was returning from work. As she stood at a bus stop, a car suddenly stopped nearby. A handsome young man stepped out. He carried an umbrella and walked toward an elderly woman struggling in the rain. Without hesitation, he helped the woman cross the road. Ngozi watched quietly. She smiled. The man noticed her watching. He smiled back. That was Emeka. Their eyes met for only a few seconds, but neither forgot the moment. A week later, Ngozi visited a supermarket. While reaching for an item on a high shelf, someone else reached for it at the same time. Then she heard a voice from the back. "Let me help you with that." She turned. It was Emeka. They both laughed. They talked, exchanged numbers, and soon became friends. Weeks turned into months. Their friendship grew. They went on dates together, saw movies together, went on picnic dates, and even went to game houses together. Emeka admired Ngozi's kindness. He loved how calm, polite, and responsible she was. She was reserved and not the kind of girl you would find misbehaving in public. She was composed. Ngozi admired Emeka's honesty. He was a gentle, loving, and caring man. He always called, texted, and got her gifts. She loved how responsible and well-kept he was. Ngozi fantasized on how Emeka would hold her hands in public, how he would make her laugh and cheer her up when she was having a bad day. Eventually, they fell in love, and that was how the love story began. They became glued to each other. They couldn't breathe without each other. They would both spend hours on calls, talking for ages. Ifunanya noticed how Ngozi would stay hours on calls talking to one person. She noticed how her friend would come back from work on a call, eating on a call, even bathing while talking to this one person. She almost slept off on the call one night. This was strange to Ifunanya because her friend was never in a relationship, not any she knew about. One evening, Ngozi returned home smiling. "Ife, I met someone." Ife became excited. "Tell me everything." Ngozi showed her Emeka's photo. The moment Ife saw him, something changed inside her. She had never met Emeka, but she immediately wished he belonged to her. The jealousy started quietly. At first, she ignored it. But every day, it grew stronger. Why is she the one getting all the care and support while I'm here without a man? What is even special about herself? Ifunanya spoke to herself, raging in jealousy and anger. think I know what exactly to do," Ifunanya says to herself. One afternoon, Emeka visited the apartment. And immediately, Ifunanya sees him. She says to herself, "So, this is the handsome man Ngozi is enjoying alone?" Emeka walks in, and immediately he asked for Ngozi. "Where is my girl?" Emeka asked Ifunanya. "She's not yet back from work," Ifunanya answered. They talked while waiting. Before leaving, Emeka politely thanked her. But Ify saw something else. Opportunity. Opportunity to take action. That night, she secretly saved Emeka's number without telling Ngozi. "This nonsense relationship must end," Ify said to herself, in anger. A few days later, Ifunanya sent Emeka a message. "Hi, this is Ify." Emeka replied politely. "Oh, hello." Nothing more. But Ify continued messaging him. Every day. Every week. Eventually, Emeka became uncomfortable. He stopped responding. Instead of stopping, Ify became more determined. She convinced herself that Ngozi had stolen the life she deserved. "Emeka is supposed to be mine alone. If I can't have him, then not even that brat Ngozi will have him," Ifunanya says to herself. One night, Ify created fake messages. The messages made it appear that Emeka was talking to another woman. She anonymously sent them to Ngozi. The next morning, Ngozi saw the message and opened the picture sent to her on WhatsApp and was terrified with what she was looking at. Ngozi was shocked, heartbroken, confused. She decided to confront Emeka the next day. Emeka denied everything, telling Ngozi how much he loved her and would never cheat with another woman. But the fake screenshots looked real, so this was hard for Ngozi to believe. She felt betrayed, used, and confused. How could the one man she gave a chance do this to her? For the first time, distrust entered their relationship. Everything began to go south. Ifunanya stopped picking Emeka's calls. She stopped him from visiting and even blocked him from calling her. The love between them began to crack. Finally, one painful evening, Ngozi ended the relationship. "I can't love you anymore. You betrayed our love. It's over between us," Ngozi said to Emeka. Emeka was devastated. "Baby, please, I did not betray you. I can't hurt you like that. This can be a setup." Ngozi cried herself to sleep. Meanwhile, Ify secretly celebrated. Her plan was working. Months passed. Emeka seems to have moved on. He was now focused on work, while Ngozi, on the other hand, focused on healing. Then one day, Ngozi saw Emeka speaking with another woman. "Is that not Emeka? Abi I dey pain me? That's him!" Ngozi shouted as she got closer to where Emeka stood. She assumed he had moved on because she saw him standing with another woman. Her heart broke all over again. The good times she had with Emeka just flashed back like a woman who lost her memories in a car accident, and now a painful scene just brought them back. She left the scene in a hurry before Emeka could notice her. She didn't know the woman was simply Emeka's cousin. Meanwhile, Ify continued trying to get close to him. She was always texting, calling, and asking to see him. "Why is this man not looking my way?" As I find like this, now wow. But Emeka never showed interest. There was a day Ifunanya called him up to 50 times. She almost killed his battery. Emeka strictly warned her to stay clear and away from him. One afternoon, Auntie Uche accidentally overheard Ify bragging on the phone. I finally separated them. I don't scatter the rubbish relationship. The old woman froze. She listened carefully as Ify was talking with someone on the phone. Everything became clear. The fake messages, the lies, the manipulation. She immediately contacted Ngozi and told her to rush home immediately. At first, Ngozi refused to believe it. No, Auntie, this can't be my friend. She can't do that to me. But Auntie Uche had proof. She had recorded part of the conversation. Ngozi listened. Her hands trembled. Tears filled her eyes. The voice was unmistakable. It was Ify, her best friend, the person she trusted most. Oh my God, it's her. It's really her. So she was the person behind all of this? Emeka was truly innocent. That evening, Ngozi confronted Ify. The apartment became silent. Ify, why? At first, Ify denied everything. But eventually, she broke down. Years of jealousy poured out. I was tired of always being second. I wanted the life you had. I wanted him. Ngozi cried. Not because of Emeka, but because of the friendship she had lost. The truth spread. Friends stopped trusting Ify. People avoided her. For the first time, she realized what her jealousy had cost her. She lost her best friend. She lost her reputation. And she never got the man she wanted. Months later, Ify's life became lonely. She often sat alone, remembering the friendship she destroyed. I don't fuck up. Will Ngozi ever forgive me? One day, Ifunanya decided to visit Ngozi, hoping for Ngozi to forgive her. Tears streamed down her face. She apologized sincerely, not to get anything back, but because she was truly sorry. Ngozi eventually met Emeka again. This time, they talked honestly. No lies, no secrets, no misunderstandings. Emeka learned the truth. Ngozi learned the truth. Slowly, they rebuilt what was broken. Not because love is easy, but because real love survives the truth. Real love fixes the wound. 1 year later, Emeka proposes to Ngozi in public. She said yes. Ngozi and Emeka are married. Family and friends gather to celebrate. As Ngozi dances with her husband, she notices Ify standing quietly in the crowd. Their eyes meet. For a moment, years of pain return. Then Ngozi smiles. Ify smiles back. Not as enemies. Not even as close friends. But as two people who have finally made peace with the past. The end. Moral of the story. Jealousy can destroy both friendship and love. Lies may win for a moment, but truth eventually comes out. A real friend celebrates your happiness instead of competing with you. Forgiveness does not erase the past, but it allows people to move forward. Thank you for watching.